This is the 20th anniversary season of the Columbus Blue Jackets, and with that in mind, we are presenting Common Threads, presented by Kroger. And today, our guests, well, let me put it this way. They're cut from the same cloth. Both, well, Blue Jackets. One a former Blue Jacket, one a present Blue Jacket. And of course, we're speaking of Tyler Wright, an original Jacket, and Boone Jenner, who earlier on this week played his 500th game in the National Hockey League. And first of all, Boone, congratulations on reaching that milestone. Got to be excited about that.
Yeah, thanks, Rums. Appreciate that. Obviously, it's a good accomplishment for myself, but it just makes you, thank all the people along the way. Kind of, pinch yourself moment where you can, look back, and it was definitely a good experience. We just wanted a different outcome, obviously.
Absolutely. I certainly understand that. Now, Tyler, a connection here with Boone, because after your playing career, you came back to the Blue Jackets, and we'll talk about your original, you being an original Blue Jacket a little bit later on. But let's talk about when you came back in a new capacity, involved in scouting with the Blue Jackets, and really a key associate to former general manager Scott Howson. What did you see in Boone? You were part of the team and the organization that drafted Boone out of junior hockey. What did you see in Boone, and has he lived up to your expectations?
Well, first of all, you're making me feel real old, both of you. Boone playing at 500, what an accomplishment. 20 years have gone by since the original date, as the Blue Jackets coming in, and obviously, a pretty special time for the city of Columbus and myself as a player. But coming back after retiring in 2007, I became the director of player development with Columbus and kind of morphed into the director of amateur scouting as we went on, and had the luxury of being in the discussion and in the draft process in 2011 when we selected Boone in the second round. And, a little tidbit on that was, we had Boone ranked really high up on our board, and we were picking fairly high in the second round. I want to think it was 38, wasn't it, Boone? 36, 38. Is that why you wear 38? Because
no, 37, yeah.
Yeah, and we had some trade back scenarios, some offers on the table to, going into day 2 of the draft, and we were pretty much unanimous about, if Boone Jenner was there at 37, that we were going to make that pick. And you know what, I'm not sitting here saying that we were right. All the abilities and all the attributes that he brought, as a junior player, and then having after that draft to be able to work with him and see him go back into Oshawa and then go to the World Junior Camp. And, I don't want to say this in any slight, but, I think he was maybe not a lock to make that World Junior team, but he found, all those intangibles that make him, a very useful NHL player and a really good NHL player is the reason why he kind of won over the coach's trust, and the work ethic and the commitment and just playing the game the right way. And I look back and I follow these guys' careers, and, I'm extremely proud to be a part of that and to see him to go on and have success and hopefully bring success to the Blue Jackets.
Boone, what do you remember about being drafted by the Blue Jackets? And did you have an inkling that Tyler Wright and the organization was going to bring you to Columbus?
Yeah, I think it started, with the combine interviews, Writer grilling me a little bit there, but it was all good. Obviously, once you're drafted, I, didn't know anything about the city, hadn't been or anything like that. But once you get down here and I've been here now for 8 years, and it's just a great place to live and play, and the fan base and everything. So I got really lucky and fortunate that they did draft me and, developed me and helped me along the way to where I am, I guess, now.
Tyler, an original Blue Jacket, and that'll be pinned to your chest forever. You were an integral part of that first team. You got involved with the fans. You got involved with the community in a very, very big way. You helped start the Hats for Heroes program. Talk about that first year with the Blue Jackets and talk about your involvement here in this community, because the Blue Jackets and the city of Columbus, second to none when you look around the National Hockey League, and the support between the fans, the fifth line, and the organization and the players in particular.
Yeah, for sure, Rims. It was a special time for, I think the city and myself. To be honest with you, we're pretty much a bunch of castaways coming in as an expansion draft, and until Vegas came in, I think we set a record that year, were 71 points coming into the league, and Dave King was an instrumental part of our growth, and we came together as a team and resurrected a lot of careers for that matter. But I think the most important thing, I think you hit the nail right on the head, Jeff, was getting involved in the community and really setting that foundation up for further players to come along and hopefully to make that tradition stick. And I think, as any player, when you retire and you look back at your career and you look at your accomplishments, and obviously winning the Stanley Cup is the ultimate prize. But I think, you put reality and perspective in your life as far as, what really matters. And at the end of the day, if you can look back and say that you've helped, people get through some tough times, and I've got 3 grown children now almost on, and, you look at the Hats for Heroes program and, the pediatric cancer and continue the work. And, it's gone from, Boone and Foligno and all these guys buying into this program to make sure that this continues, because it's easy. It's easy to go away. And I'm extremely proud of that. I think not only just my teammates, but I think everybody. I think it's been a community effort right from day one. Ultimately, I think I was kind of a little bit of the face, but by no means was it just me. We had 22 guys behind us. Wendy Bradshaw was a big part of it, and to see the continued success, it brings a lot of enjoyment and a lot of passion back that you can help and say that you were a part of something, and you'll remember it for the rest of your time.
Now, you mentioned you've got 3 kids. I understand, 1 or 2 of them are in college now, or time flies. What's going on? We won't give out your age, though.
Holy Christmas. Yeah, it does. We've kind of been empty nesters. I got an oldest one's in her 4th year, plays volleyball out in Halifax, Nova Scotia, out in your part of the world at St. Mary's University. Got a 19-20-year-old going to his 2nd year at UBC, and I got a 16-year-old that's been in Vancouver now for the last 3 years, playing pretty much with the national soccer program, and we'll be going to NCAA next year. So it goes by, and when I sit back and I've developed relationships with all these players, and it's the Derek Brassards and the Derek Dorsetts and the Jake Voraceks and Chris Russell now with me working in Edmonton. It's kind of come full circle with a lot of these guys, and enjoy it. That's the only thing I can say, because when it's done, it's the best place to play in the world. It's the best lifestyle you can have, and just cherish every moment that you have to be able to go to the rink and put the skates on and put a National Hockey League jersey on and wear it with pride. And I think that Boone, I think he's the epitome example of what that should be as in a Blue Jacket.
Boone, I've got to get you to ask or answer this first, and then we'll have Tyler chip in here. I think Columbus gets a bad rap. I'm sure you've heard and read and get asked from time to time by the media, why do players want to leave Columbus? Columbus is, for me, one of the best kept secrets in the National Hockey League, if not the best. It's a great city. The fans are second to none. That fifth line, and you both can attest to this, the greatest fans in the National Hockey League. And it kind of bothers me to hear people, be it media or whomever, talk in terms of why and when players leave the city of Columbus. And it's got to be frustrating to you, knowing and hearing just a few minutes ago how much you love playing here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's, you're asking me in writers. So, we both love the city. Like you said, it's a special place. I just find that, whenever somebody comes in, they don't know too much about it. And, not before long, they're like, wow, never knew. What a great place. What a great city, fan base, everything that goes on in the community. It really feels like you're all together. So it's always great to come here. I've lived here, like I said, I love the place. So every time family comes down, they love it. Friends, everybody, enjoys it. So yeah, I don't know why that rap is there, I guess. But like I said, if you come here, live here, and experience it, it's a pretty special place, obviously.
Tyler?
Yeah, I spent, probably a decade, almost 11, 12 years there in Columbus, and could have easily have stayed. And I think one of the biggest telling things is when you look at an NHL city, when players that don't live there, that come there and play, that end up retiring with their families there, I think that says a lot about the community, because you're a professional athlete. You've made, a good living for, maybe a long period of time. So you basically have the choice of where you want to go. And I look at back, and I always, we're on alumni feeds and threads, and seeing, you lose touch with a lot of players, but you see the amount of players that stay in Columbus. It's a tremendous city. I can't say enough about the city, the fans, the people, the embracement with the community. They got some of the best golf courses in the United States, which is now a big part of my life. I can't say enough about it. It's a big college town with Ohio State, but they've embraced, Major League Soccer that's come in. They've embraced the Blue Jackets, and I always said, when there's a chance to make a push into the playoffs and get deep into the playoffs, this is going to be a special city that nobody wants to go in there and play, because they will run you out of the arena. And I truly believe that. And I think that time will still come.
What's your fondest memory or memories of your playing time here in Columbus?
I think the gratitude for the organization to give me a chance. I was a first round pick with the Edmonton Oilers that kind of, struggled to find my way in the lineup with some depth down the center ice, and obviously playing, not my game at that time, and I wasn't good enough to play. And then going into Pittsburgh and playing behind some players, I never really got my opportunity and I bided my time, and Columbus gave me that opportunity. And I think from a playing standpoint, I never, had the opportunity to go to free agency. I never really wanted to do it. I feel loyal. I'm a loyal person at heart. John H. McConnell, who was the original owner, I remember after our first year, and Rims, you were there, we had some travel issues with our charter planes, and it was new for everybody. It was an expansion team. Nobody knew what to. And I remember John calling me, we were having a, kind of a foundation meeting, and he said, what can we do better? And, I said our travel was, and obviously travel was a big topic. And next year we come back and we've got our own plane, and just, they went, there was no expense. It was too much for us to succeed. And we're just a bunch of castaways trying to resurrect our careers and trying to win. And, it's, that first year was special. Like it was new. I think the knowledge of the game, people trying to learn about it, but it was an exciting time, and to be a part of that and to be an original Blue Jacket, something that I'll always cherish.
Absolutely. A couple of weeks ago, Boone Jenner, the Blue Jackets acquire, arguably maybe next to Ovechkin, the best shooter in the National Hockey League. What are your early impressions of Patrick Laine, and you excited to have him on your side?
Yeah, absolutely. Got to see his first game yesterday, and then in practice today. So he was off the ice for a little bit, but he looked great right away. Obviously, the shot, but his skill, with the puck, you can see it last night at times, just bringing up the puck, draws a lot of guys to him and can make nice plays too. So I think his passing might be a little underrated, but his shot's definitely lethal. And, it just gives us that weapon, that obviously on the power play, that's always dangerous whenever he's going to shoot the puck or make a play. So we're excited to have him on our side, like you said, not killing the penalties against that anymore. So, he's excited off the ice. He's a great guy, getting to know his way around. So, he's got a couple guys here that he knows, so that'll help him. But it's been great so far, and I think he's getting adjusted well.
Tyler, you get a chance to, and have had a chance, obviously, to watch him in that Western Conference, you being with the Oilers, and I guess you're happy to see him in the East now.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. A great addition. Both good players. I thought it was a good trade. I think the underlining guy that, Jack Roslovic's a good player as well. So I think Boone hit the nail on the head again as far as power play. He's as good, if not in the top 2 or 3 in the league, on the power play. And we all know what special teams do, not only in the regular season, but the playoffs. So it's special teams win and lose you games. And when you have a weapon like that to go to, it's a special thing.
What's it like? And again, we'll stick here with the Oilers. What's it like having a guy like Connor McDavid, who just appears to be in a class by himself? He can make something out of nothing. And the goal he scored here over the last week when he went end to end was as nice a goal you'll see scored in the NHL. And he's an Edmonton Oiler, and you get a chance to pretty well see him every night when you're not scouting.
Rims, I got traded to Pittsburgh in 96, played, Mario's last year, and then, had the luxury of playing with Yager from 96 to basically 99, 2000. And I think he was probably one of the best players in the game at that time. It's hard to believe that he's still playing, to believe it or not. And then to go to Detroit and watch Zetterberg and Datsuk and see them, maybe a little bit late in their career, and then having to go, the opportunity to go to Edmonton and see this. It's the stuff that he can do at a high speed is something like out of a video game. Like it really is. And, I've watched this kid play from, I shouldn't say kid, a young man. He was 16 years old playing at the under-18 World Championships in Sochi before the Olympics. And he was the MVP of the U18 World Championships as a 16-year-old. And it's the best 18-year-old draft eligible kids in the world. And he's been special from day one. And I think that with the injury and his commitment off the ice, his commitment to become a better player, I think if you look at his face-offs, I think if you look at his play away from the puck early in his first 10, 12 games of this year, he's made some changes to become a more all-around player, and it's showing. And what he can do at a high speed, I just thank God I'm not in the league anymore, and thank God I never played defense.
What do you like to play against, Boone?
Yeah, it's scary to play against. He is so dangerous at all times. Like Ryder said, the plays he can make at the speed that he's skating at is pretty incredible. I was lucky enough to play with him once at for Team Canada at the World Championships over in Russia. And I just remember every practice, you can't take your eye off him when he's doing a drill. And it's just a special player, obviously. So he's great. And I'm happy he's in the West. We don't have to see him too much, but he's and like Ryder said, he seems to be getting better every year. He works hard at his game, and he's a special player.
Is there a player that even comes close, having to play against and defend?
There is guys, but he is definitely special. I think McKinnon comes to mind just with the speed and how much space he can create out there. And it seems like he has a puck on his stick the whole game. So I would have to say McKinnon is, the closest, I guess.
Tyler, we're going to wrap things up here, and I really appreciate your time and bringing back some of those memories from your days here in Columbus. Any final thoughts?
No, not at all. I think the biggest, I don't know if there's the rap against Columbus. I think with what Columbus has done, and, when people go there and see it, I think the people that want to stay there and the people that end up staying there, I think those are the ones that you win with anyways. So it's a great city. Two of my kids were born there. We still keep in contact with a lot of people there. If we have an opportunity to go into an Ohio State myself to go watch games, and that I always do. It's a great place to play with great fans, and I wish them nothing but the best. I'm glad they're in the East and we don't have to play them. Would like to meet them in the final at some day. Would be pretty special. Final
message for Tyler Booner?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to go back to the foundation stuff and the community work. I think when I got here and realized it's a big part of, our team in this city, you hear Ryder's name a lot. So to go out of his way right when they started and get out in the community and build that presence in the community was special, and it's still going, and it's from guys like himself and other guys that have gone out of their way, and so coming here, you want to follow that. So it's special, and we try to do our best to keep that tradition going, like you said.
Two guys that are special: Tyler Wright, original Blue Jacket, and our present Blue Jacket, and certainly a member of the leadership group. And we're speaking of Boone Jenner. Guys, I can't thank you enough for this visit. And again, we're going to celebrate throughout this season. It's the 20th anniversary season, and hopefully a long playoff run. And maybe, Tyler, you can make it back for one of those playoff games. Great to see you.
I would like to. I'd enjoy that. Good luck to this year, Boone.
Yep, you too, Ryder. Good luck.
Tyler Wright, Boone Jenner, and this has been Common Threads presented by Kroger.